All right, what's going on, guys? It is Thursday, April the 28th, 2022. We are out in beautiful Greenback, Tennessee on a hardwood screen and recoat. I believe it's 836 square foot. So their floors are in pretty bad condition. It looks like it's missing a lot of sheen, a lot of high traffic. So we're going to screen it down, do a screen and recoat, and do a little bit of color correction. I'll show you guys when we get in here. There's a few spots that are pretty bad, a lot of worn out spots. They're going with a satin sheen. Anyway, guys, so let's jump into it. All right, guys, so these are the areas that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing the living room through here. We're gonna be doing this hallway, and then we have 3 other bedrooms through here. Like I said, this hallway, you can see spots here that are missing some of the stain, pretty high traffic, worn out. Get a spot here where they said a bucket had set with, I believe, I can't remember what they said, vinegar maybe, and that. So we're gonna do some light sanding right there, some color correction, try and blend it. These areas in here. So like I said, we're gonna screen it and do some color correction, try and bring some life back to these floors. And then this bedroom in here, again, you can see this spot here and here that we're gonna do some color correction on as well. And let me see if I can get some good lighting. You guys can just see how worn the finish is. Let's see if I can get kind of a close up. Yeah, you guys can see it here. They're just pretty worn down, so we're gonna screen it down, and the screen is gonna take care of minor scratches and imperfections in the finish. And again here, okay. And then let me show you guys how beautiful it is. I don't know if any of you have been to Greenback, Tennessee, but it is beautiful. Let me show you guys where I'm working at today. Got the van, got all of our poly sitting out, our stain for the color correcting. But guys, look how beautiful this property is. So pretty. Anyway, guys, let's jump into it. I've got a few other jobs today, so we're gonna, I don't know if... All right, guys, you can see we're already getting some really good abrasion on these floors. Alright, guys, so what we're doing now, coming back through, vacuuming, getting all the dry particulate soil off the floor. We want to make sure they're good and clean before we get ready to put the finish on there, because anything you don't get off is going to show in that finish. But you guys can see we have some really good abrasion in here on these floors, so I'm very, very pleased with that. We got a few more spots I got to go in here and palm sand. I want to get these spots to look as good as we can for the client. So I'm going to palm sand a few places and fill in some missing stain. And then on this one, we're probably going to go ahead and tint the poly before we start rolling, put some color back into these floors. They need a little bit of rejuvenation, if you will. Yeah, you guys can see there where some of that stain's missing now that we've taken off that top layer of finish. So yeah, we'll tint the poly and roll that stain back in. right, guys, that looks pretty good to me. So what I do, this is just a personal preference. I like to go around the edges with my crevicing tool, just to ensure that when we're doing that edging, that we're not picking up anything on that T-bar. So we're gonna go ahead and do the edging now. All right, guys, so we're gonna kind of sand this down, fill in the missing stain. So we're gonna let that stain sit there for just a little bit, and then we'll wipe that area up. You guys can see it looks pretty good. It blended pretty well, which is what we had hoped for. So I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Now we got a few spots in here that are looking a little rough too. So I'm gonna kind of hit them with the palm sander just a little bit in preparation for this stain. There's a few here and there, so we'll go ahead and hit those real quick as well. Yeah, so we let that sit for a few minutes, wiped it up, and it is blended very well. Very pleased with that. And you can see it's a darker right here. Once we tint the poly, roll it on, that'll blend right in, so you ain't even gonna be able to see it. All right, guys, we got a few spots here. All right, look at those spots, guys. Blended those right in, look much better. So, and of course, like I said, you're gonna see those dark areas. Once we tint that poly and roll it on, it's all gonna blend in so well. These floors are gonna come out beautiful. Yeah, so what we're doing now is cleaning and prepping the floor, clearing any contaminations before we start to make sure we get really good adhesion. We want that polyurethane to really bond with the floors. And if you have anything on the floors, it's gonna prevent it from adhering to the fibers of the floor, and it's gonna show in that finish. It can start pilling. So that's what we're doing now, is spraying a clean and prep solution on there and just flat mopping it. So after we do this, it will be time to roll the poly. So before we get started, I kind of want to point this out right here. You see this real light area. So anywhere that there's been furniture sitting and the sun has been directly hitting on the furniture, it's gonna fade out that stain. And a screen and recoat will not address that issue. It may make it look slightly better, but the only way to totally correct that is to do a full sand and refinish on this. So anyway, guys, floors are clean and tight. We're gonna let them dry. We're gonna go ahead and go mix up our poly and get ready to roll. All right, guys, we get that first coat down in this first bedroom. We've obviously got a lot more to go, but guys, look at the difference. How rich the color looks in here versus in here. So we're about to go ahead and start on this room, hit the hallway and the living room. But guys, I think it's gonna look beautiful. All right, guys, we just rolled that second room. Looks so much better. All right, so what we're gonna do now, go around the edges with our T-bar. We're going to pour our edges before we start. But that is a-okay. We'll roll what we got until we're completely out, which actually I think I'm completely out already, so we'll probably get one roll in. Or I have to go mix up some more. Oh yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it. Oh God. You guys, when you're doing this, you always want to make sure, more than one way to skin a cat, everybody does it a little bit differently, but I try and follow NWFA best practices, pulling into that wet edge, and then starting in front of it, pulling back, go forward, and kind of taper off. It's gonna really help to prevent any roller marks, and this is also gonna ensure that you're covering everything, that you're not missing any spots. It's the best way that I've found to prevent having to come back. Make sure you didn't miss anything, and that you get good coverage at every point. You guys, these floors are looking incredible. If I do say so myself. But guys, I am biased because I did them. Just a little bit biased though, not too bad. All right, so again guys, we're pouring straight into this wet edge. Yes, I don't pour a lot. Some people go or like to go a little heavy. I like to do smaller sections at a time. You know, not get in too big of a hurry. You can do bigger sections, but if you're going to do a larger section, you want to make sure that you're pouring a little bit more so you're covering a bigger area. But for me, working by myself, I like to slow and steady wins the race. You know, I'm not in a hurry to get this job done. I want to make sure we get it done right the first time. That way the client's happy, I'm happy because I'm not going to have to come back here and do it again. So if I have to come back here and do it again, I'm probably not going to be too happy. So we make sure we get it right the first time. Measure twice, cut once, right? That is how the old saying goes. Okay. I'm going to shoot you guys out here real quick. Hang on, let me get you guys off the tripod real quick. Guys, look how beautiful these are coming out. I mean, they're looking so much better, night and day better. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut right here and finish this last part by myself. All right, guys, first coat is down. And guys, it looks so good. So much better. And once it dries, it'll look even better. But anyway, guys, we're gonna go take a lunch break, come back, roll that second coat, and be done. All right, guys, so we just made it back from lunch. Checking out this first coat right here. Guys, it is looking so good. You guys remember the spots that were worn here, missing stain? It looks so much better. You guys remember that spot that was here? So we'll pull up the before picture. We'll pop that up here in the top left. So look at that before picture, how it was really white. So we sanded it down and look how much better it looks right there. Hey, let me turn this off real quick, guys. So you guys remember in this room in here, how it was missing stain here, there, this corner, you know, in a couple of different places. So we got that filled in nicely. Look at these floors, guys. They look so much better. And again, guys, this was a screening. So a screening isn't gonna correct everything. Like, for example, here, it looks like you got a little bit of water damage. That would need to be probably completely replaced if it's made it all the way through the board. But screening is going to take care of minor scratches and imperfections in the hardwood, guys, and that's what we have done. We've color corrected it, put some color back into these floors, and they look so much better. Our client is already very pleased, and we still got that second coat. But again, look at the sheen. So they went with satin this time, but remember all the scratches? It was in the hardwood here, all those scratches, they're gone now. And like I said, you're still gonna have spots here, like these deep scratches, these dark scratches right here. To get those out, it would need to be fully sanded. So they were fully aware of that. They just didn't want, guys, this particular job right here is costing them under $1,000 And for a full hardwood sand and refinish, I already quoted him for that. He would have been looking at about a little over $5,000 just for these 3 rooms and in here. So we're saving him thousands of dollars by doing this screen and recoat. And I mean, look at it, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at that. No scratches. Look at that. We took all those scratches out. There were scratches everywhere, guys. So I mean, this looks incredible. And like I said, once we put this second coat on, they're gonna look even better. Just beautiful. Beautiful. What we're doing now, I got these fans going. It's a hot, humid day out here in Tennessee. So trying to speed up the drying process a little bit. We don't want to start coating it again until it is fully dried. So what I'm doing right now is walking around and making sure it's fully dried. And I can see a spot here. It looks like it's not fully dried. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and roll that second coat. Look at that, guys. All those scratches are gone. These floors look so much better. All right, guys, we are finished. We just rolled the second and final coat. So that's gonna be a wrap, guys, and they turned out incredible. They look beautiful. Clients are pleased with it. I'm very pleased with it. They came out really good, guys. Really good. Really, really good. Hang on, let me get out of here. Alright, guys, so that wrapped up that job. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. As always, please hit the subscribe button. I see, and I say it every time, but I don't think anyone's hitting that subscribe button because I can see the analytics. The majority of people that are returning viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So please, guys, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to get notified. Give me a thumbs up, comment, repost, anything to help the business. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who has liked and followed so far. Anyway, guys, as always, I will see you in the next one.